Jus novum, jus novissimum, jus codicis, other sacraments, sacramentals, sacred places, sacred times. Supra-diocesan, eparchal structures, particular churches, juridic persons, philosophy, theology, and fundamental theory of Catholic canon law, clerics office, juridic and physical persons. Associations of the faithful, pars dynamica, canonization, election of the Roman Pontiff, academic degrees, journals and professional societies, faculties of canon law, canonists, institute of consecrated life, society of apostolic life in the Catholic Church. The Synod of Bishops, considered as an advisory body for the Pope, is one of the ways in which the bishops render cooperative assistance to him in exercising his office. It is described in the 1983 Code of Canon Law as a group of bishops who have been chosen from different regions of the world and meet together at fixed times to foster closer unity between the Roman Pontiff and bishops, to assist the Roman Pontiff with their counsel in the preservation and growth of faith and morals, and in the observance and strengthening of ecclesiastical discipline, and to consider questions pertaining to the activity of the Church in the world. In addition, each patriarchal church and each major archiepiscopal church within the Catholic Church has its own Synod of Bishops, unlike the body that normally assists the Pope only by offering advice. These synods of bishops are competent, and exclusively so, to make laws for the entire sui iris church that each governs. The Code of Canons of the Eastern Churches makes mention 115 times of the Synod of Bishops, in this sense, and only once mentions the Synod of Bishops that the Pope convokes. These synods of bishops are not what in Eastern Orthodox and Oriental Orthodox churches are called Holy Synods. The latter concept corresponds instead to that of the Standing Synod of these Catholic Synods of Bishops, which consist of the Patriarch or Major Archbishop and 4 bishops appointed for a 5-year term. Of the 4, 3 are elected by the Church's Synod of Bishops and 1 is appointed by the Patriarch or Major Archbishop, while another 4 are designated in the same way to replace any member who is impeded. A meeting of a whole Synod of Bishops is called when a decision is required on a question that only the Synod of Bishops is authorized to decide, or when the Patriarch or Major Archbishop, with the agreement of the Standing Synod, judges it to be necessary, or when at least 1/3 of the bishops request that it be held to consider some specific matter. In addition, the individual canon law of some patriarchal and major archiepiscopal churches requires that the Synod of Bishops be convoked at predetermined intervals. The Papal Synod of Bishops is permanent, even when not in session. Periodically, it holds assemblies, which are either general, if called to consider matters directly concerning the universal church, or special, if called for problems of a particular geographical area. The General Assemblies are either ordinary or extraordinary. The Papal Synod of Bishops also has a permanent secretariat headquartered in Rome but not part of the Roman Curia. Pope Francis greatly increased both the authority and influence of the Synod in September 2018. In 1959, 3 years before the Second Vatican Council began, Cardinal Silvio Oddi proposed a permanent consultative body of bishops drawn from many parts of the world to discuss major concerns of the Church, and Cardinal Bernardus Johannes Alfrank proposed a permanent council of specialized bishops to legislate for the Church in union with the Pope and the cardinals. Within the framework of the council itself, the first to put forward the idea of a permanent synod of bishops surrounding the Pope was Melkite Patriarch Maximus IV. In 1963, during the third session of the council, he proposed that a relatively small group of bishops with rotating membership would always be in session in Rome to assist the Pope. They would work with the Pope in collegial fashion. The model he proposed was what the 1990 Code of Canons of the Eastern Churches was to call the Synod of Bishops, but that he himself called the Holy Synod of his sui iris church, a collegial body comprising both the Patriarch and other bishops. On the 14th of September 1965, at the opening of the fourth and final session of the Council, Pope Paul VI announced that on the following day he was to establish the Synod of Bishops in a form that could hardly have been further from what Maximus had proposed in the previous year. He noted that the Ecumenical Council gave us the idea of permanently establishing a special council of bishops, with the aim of providing for a continuance after the council of the great abundance of benefits that we have been so happy to see flow to the Christian people during the time of the council as a result of our close collaboration with the bishops. The Pope sought to make ever greater use of the bishops' assistance